Interesting report out of Russia. America has the Navy SEALs, but Russia has actual SEALs in their army now.
In their Navy.
And the SEAls are Navy? Aren't they usually brown?
Said Army.
The Army.
And they're not Army because
they're not on the ground. They're in the sea.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay.
They're military
well, now,
SEAls.
Kindel, you are the expert on these Russian SEAL warriors.
I just read an article.
Tell me, no,
I don't
you're
know
the
if that
expert.
makes
Tell
me
me
an
more.
expert or anything. But they actually put uniforms on these SEALs and they train them, and they actually carry the SEAls like the guns and knives and things like that, and they can swim through the water with them, and that they learn how to like raise flags and like jump through obstacles. It's pretty impressive.
That is impressive.
Right? I mean, you gotta like a mammal in uniform.
You do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mammal in uniform.
Okay. Well, come to find through further investigation that Russia recently celebrated their VE Day from World War II. You know, obviously Russia's date is different than America's date for that celebration. And so they recently celebrated this, and apparently these SEALs weren't really in the military.
What?
No.
See, because I've seen this story going around on Facebook, and I legitimately thought, which this shows how gullible I am, I legitimately thought that Russia had this army of SEAls that they were training to, like, do something.
Which would have been really cool because these SEAls have some skill.
Oh,
but
yeah.
apparently they live in the aquarium, and they did a really cool show for the celebration of that holiday, which is still neat, but a little bit slightly disappointing from the story that you try and, that the headlines, when you read them, you're like, oh, that's cool. And you like see the video of them doing tricks in their little hats with their little rifles, which turn out to be water guns after all.
Another disappointing development, but I guess giving an animal an actual gun is probably not a good move.
Probably not real safe. And besides the fact that they're in the water, so I don't know how well they'd work in, underwater.
Yeah,
they'd have to like develop some special thing. I don't know. But here's another kicker, as if that wasn't enough. Their names, one is Alaska, which is a pretty Russian-sounding name,
Russian.
right? Just take a wild guess.
The other guess. Well, my pastor has a dog with a fairly Russian name, and that's Mishka, so that's what I'm going to go with. Mishka.
See, that would make sense.
Okay.
Winnie the Pooh is the name of this other seal.
That was my second guess.
Totally natural second guess.
Winnie the Pooh, the Russian seal.
The Russian seal.
That's so, well, see, this is where America is superior to Russia, because we actually have dolphins trained by the CIA, from what I've read in vague articles, that apparently they can actually go and disarm underwater mines. They have some way that they can kind of sense them better than humans, and they train them to do that.
That's pretty impressive, actually. I guess it would depend on where in the ocean they are, though, because if they're too deep, I don't think dolphins can dive that deep.
I'm sure it's very limited to what they can do, and I might just be totally making this up. But
I feel
like
you said, it's a pretty vague article from the CIA.
Articles.
So
I think I read it on The Onion.
That's
awesome. Well, yeah. So now we've built all this up about Russia's sea creature army, and it's just in the aquarium.
Yeah.
But that aquarium is awesome. Good stuff.